we all know that the DJI Neo is a little beast straight out of the box, but can we make it better? Yeah, you bet we can. And I did, and I'm going to show you exactly how. So stay with me. What's going on, drone fam? Welcome back to Drone and Lens. I'm Adam, and today we're diving into some juicy upgrades for the DJI Neo that'll boost performance, protection, and your footage quality. We're talking propellers, we're talking filters, we're talking guards, and we're even talking stabilization tail wings, the whole kit and caboodle. Now, before we dive right into this, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. And if you feel like you get any type of value whatsoever, can you please hit that like button and smash subscribe, as it really helps me out in more ways than you could imagine. Now, let's get right into it. So first up, let's talk propellers. Now, I swapped out these 5-blade props for these 3-blade Master air screw ones, and the difference is immense. If you see my last video about these props, these add extreme grip and maneuverability to your drone. But on the downside, they also lacked speed and wind resistance. So we've changed them out for these 3-blade Master air screw props. Why, you might ask? Well, quieter flight, improved efficiency, and they just slice through the air differently. I'm handling a lot better. The drone is a lot faster. Also, the battery life lasts a hell of a lot longer. Honestly, it's like upgrading your little DJI Neo into a little street racer. It's absolutely awesome having these props on. You'll feel it in turns when you're handling your throttle response. The drone just feels different. Now, the Neo got a slight boost in speed and responsiveness, especially in acro or manual mode, as you call it. Plus, they sound a hell of a lot better. Less of a high-pitched whine and more of a deeper, satisfying whoosh that comes out of your Neo now. But it's like giving your drone a sport exhaust. I mean, it's not needed, but you still want it. But let's talk stability with this Lucky Yo-Yo. Lucky Yo-Yo, am I saying that right? Lucky Yo-Yo. Well, with this Lucky Yo-Yo gimbal, bumper guard, and tail wing. I grabbed this bumper guard and tail wing just for that extra layer of defense for me gimbal when it comes to them sketchy landings, or let's be honest, the moments when gravity wins. Now this thing, the tail wing, it looks like a drone spoiler, and part of me, yes, bought it because it looks cool. But it turns out it actually works. Now, I noticed less yaw wobble in slight wind and more locked in when I'm handling. It adds stability, especially in breezy conditions, but only when you're flying in either cinematic or sport mode. I wouldn't advise this when I'm flying pure acro, and when I'm talking pure acro, I mean using an FPV controller to control your drone in acro mode. If you're still using the remote sense controller, well then yeah, it's fine to keep on that way, because it's not really full acro. It's kind of like putting a spoiler on a race car. So for me, it's a win-win having the gimbal protection and the tail wing if you're using it for cinematic shots. If you're going all out fun for acro, I'd probably remove them and the guards and everything else I could, and I'd just use the drone and exposed blades, and that's about it. Well, is it a massive difference? Well, it's not huge, but for your cinematic shots, it adds that little extra stability, which can be a game changer. And let's be real, your little Neo's gonna look like it's just rolled out of a Fast and Furious special for drones. Now let's talk cinematic goodness. It's basically what we're all aiming for. These Nano X filters by K&F Concept are a must-have if you're looking for that cinematic goodness that you see all over the internet. Basically, these are your DJI Neo's sunglasses. And you've got 6 styles to choose from, all ranging from an ND4 all the way up to an ND64, along with a UV filter and a CPL for them juicy skies and water reflections. Now I've tested them in the brightest conditions and within the golden hour, and these are basically a chef's kiss to your cinematic footage. You have better exposure control, smoother footage and less post-edit headaches. So for me, these K&F Nano X series 6-pack of filters is a must-have. Here's why these matter. When you're filming in bright light, you want to slow your shutter speed down so you can get that buttery smooth motion blur. And these filters help you achieve that. Plus, the CPL is golden for cutting out that glare on glass and water. For the price, they punch way above their weight. They're sharp, easy to swap, and they don't throw your gimbal off balance in any situation. So, should you upgrade your DJI Neo with these parts? Well, if you film often, you chase quality, and you want your drone to just be a bit more rugged and refined, then I say yes. Each upgrade added genuine value for me, and not one of them broke the bank. So if you're interested in grabbing any of these mods, there's some links in the description. It helps support my channel at no extra cost to you, so it's a win-win. Now, do me a favor, drop a comment if you've tried any of these mods before, or if there's something else that you would like me to test. You know the dance. I'm Adam from Drone and Lens. You guys have been colourful, and I hope to see you in the next video. I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and if you got any type of value whatsoever from this video, please hit that like button and smash subscribe, as it helps me in more ways than you can imagine. Now get out there and get flying, and I'll see you in the next one.